You're watching SOATV, touching lives with the power of love.
Welcome, it's another beautiful Tuesday. Every Tuesday we are here, me and my wife, my friend, my partner in Christ, and my partner in crime are discussing this thing called
marriage.
We believe that marriage is good.
Marriage works.
If only
you want.
And today is that day that we are here to help you to work your
very own.
Karibuni sana, everyone watching us on SOATV. Sorry for starting late, but Karibuni sana. We are excited that you're part of us. Every Tuesday we call it Terrific Tuesday, and I'm very excited that you've been able to wait on us until this moment. So Karibuni sana. You're at home, you can get in touch with us 0727 438 728. You can also use 0705 899608, and then also you can send us a text, WhatsApp, and then you can also get interactive. You want you to get involved, you want to be part of this great show. That's what we do every Tuesday. And today my partner in crime looks so nice and smart and elegant. And yes, welcome.
Thank you. As usual, karibuni sana to all of you, our wonderful viewers watching us on SOATV. You have already been welcomed. You're also watching us on our social media handles, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, and YouTube. On YouTube, you are on SOATV, right?
Yeah.
And Facebook, we are on Rev B and Juliet Bernard Akama. And on all my social media platforms, you can get me on that name, Juliet Bernard Akama. And also on his social media handles, you can get him as Rev B Akama. Yeah. Right? Yes, so on YouTube, you can get us today on SOATV KE, and on Facebook, get us on Rev B and Sound of Abundance Facebook, and also Juliet Bernard Akama. You can go on TikTok, find us there. Also on Instagram, please like and follow and share what needs to be shared. Otherwise, please let someone know that we are already live with this thing called marriage tonight, and we are certain that after this, your marriage can never remain the same again. Yes,
yes, yes. And before we start, I have two questions, two things I want you to do for me.
Yeah.
Before we start the show. Okay, number one, I want you to interpret what's the meaning of Facebook in Swahili. Facebook.
Facebook. Uso kitabu. If I'm to do it in interpretation, uso kitabu.
Who knows Facebook in Swahili?
Yeah.
What it means. Number two.
Help us.
Number two.
Yeah.
Tell people to join you on your social media handles in Swahili.
Mentioning Instagram in Swahili.
Say
TikTok.
No, invite people to join you on your social media handle in Swahili.
Wow. Kwa wapenzi watazamaji ambao mnatutazama kwa SOATV na wale ambao mnatutazama kwa uso kitabu na Instagram na TikTok, tafadhali mnaweza nifuata mie mwandada Juliet Bernard Akama kwa uso kitabu, kwa Instagram, kwa TikTok, na kwa also YouTube. Kwa YouTube. Karibu niseme wewe tube. Karibuni sana wapenzi watamazaji.
Wacha maneno kabisa, wacha.
Wapenzi watazamaji, karibuni kwa hiki kipindi ambacho tunakiita hiki kitu kinachoitwa ndoa. I tried.
Yeah. Those who are at home, can you kindly help mom to invite people on our social media handles in Swahili? Please send us the way of doing it the right way. On 0727438728.
There is a right way.
Or 0705899608. Use the two numbers if you can, or either of the two. Send us a text or WhatsApp. Let us know exactly how it is said. Because here amesema anachoma hakuna TikTok. Hata mimi ningesema TikTok. I was waiting for that.
Okay, take the challenge.
No, the challenge. No. Mine is coming next week.
Okay.
Yes.
We'll get there.
We'll get there. So how have you been?
Excellent.
How was the day?
Good. Yes.
Mine was fine. I had a beautiful day.
Yeah.
A lot of work. As you can hear, my voice a bit my voice a bit hoarse. But my day was fantabulous. It was nice. And today we're having a very great topic. So why don't you tell a friend, tell a brother, tell a couple, friend, tell somebody. One of the things that we're always excited is to know that there's a couple somewhere that sits together just to watch this thing called marriage. Now, the truth is this, that this thing called marriage is not a scam or is not stage managed. Neither is it programmed. We are live, and as it is, as how it always is. So today we're having a very great topic, as you can see on your screen.
Yeah.
The topic is how to save your falling marriage. How to save your falling marriage, and that is exactly what we want to discuss. How do you save your falling marriage? If your marriage is falling, what are some of the things that you should do? But let's say this: before your marriage starts falling, you know. How do you save it? Or before you get to the point where we're talking about divorce and separation, how do you save your marriage? The truth is this, that marriage always has issues.
Right.
And we always say that marriage is for two people who are not born and raised the same way. People with different mindset, different thinking, different ways of reasoning. And so when both of you come together, you must find a platform whereby how you can solve your issues amicably, because most people, they want to bring their difference in terms of how they think, how they reason, how they were born, how they were bred, and then they want to come in and bring the same into the marriage. That's why marriage always breaks and goes apart, right?
Yes.
So marriage is for two people who are born and bred differently, but they have to look for a neutral ground of them living together.
Yeah. Yes. Absolutely. That's very true. Of course, you can't marry your cousin. You can't marry your brother.
Apart from Mwindi.
Yeah, you can. Nata kama I'm certain who cousin yako, you know, you have different what I would say, different parents.
Yes.
Yeah. You have different parents and you have different upbringings. So at the end of the day, where you come from is different. And I think what should be done, as you have said, is drop what you know from where you're coming from.
Correct.
And come together and build something new with the person that God has brought you together. So I think one of the bases of so many challenges in many marriages and in many homes is because I expect you to behave the way we were behaving where I'm coming from, and vice versa. You don't expect me to take things with weight the way where you're coming from. You don't, you know, the expectations are as of the backgrounds the different couples are coming from, which at the end of the day, if that is how that home is going to be bred or built, it's going to have a foundation that has challenges.
Correct.
Yeah.
Most people and most marriages, people don't exactly know how to handle issues. One of the major challenge that most marriages have is how do we settle our scores? How do we settle our issues? You will always have issues. Now, this is the truth. There is no perfect marriage. So marriage is made of two imperfect people. trying to build something and make it perfect. So if you're going to do that, there must be an agreement or a system of making the marriage work. You get it? So one of the things for if your marriage has to stand, it doesn't have to fall, there must be an what I call a place where all of you can compromise and then come up with a solution.
Yeah.
So marriage cannot work without compromise. Kuna mali tu lazima ushuke mwingine ashuke mpatane. So one of the things that I strongly believe that when people are coming into marriage, we must agree that this marriage is not going to break.
Yes.
Like it should be a mindset that I'm not into this to work out. Right?
Yeah. It is. And that is what now keeps the two of you together.
Together, correct.
You see, many people nowadays have the mindset of, if it doesn't work, I'm walking out. Okay? If this thing does not go my way or the way I want it, I am walking out. And that is why many homes are breaking. Why? Because if that is the mindset you came with, it means you're one leg in and one leg out.
Correct.
Hauko hapo to make it work. Make it work or make it work. Okay? It has to work. So if you have a positive mindset on your home, on your marriage, on your spouse, that this man, yes, is imperfect, or this woman, she's imperfect. At the end of the day, that is what God brought my way, that I should be able to make it work. If that is not your mind as a couple, then you're bound to separate. You're bound to divorce. The marriage is bound to have a fallout.
Correct.
Reason being, what you think about or what you tolerate in your mind, what you breed in your own mind, is what comes to fruition.
Correct.
It is what will come on table. So if you have the mind of, this thing I'm just in for the next 5 years, if it doesn't work out, I'm walking out.
I'm gone.
I'm telling you, the 5 years will reach and you will walk out. But if you're in it and your mind is good or bad, I'm here, my marriage has to work, we will count 60 years in it. Because
the truth is this, marriage will definitely have issues. But the bottom line is, as a couple, you should have a way out. Like, one is, we are here to stay. It's a very good mindset, especially for men. I don't know, is it women? Women.
All of them.
Yeah. In terms of, my husband is cheating, my husband is doing this, my husband doesn't understand me. There must be an agreement whereby no matter what, I'm going to stay. I'm not getting it to get out. The same mind the man should have. And then you'll find the marriage will stand. You just, you'll navigate through. You'll find a way to meander around things and until you find a suitable platform where things can work from. So number 2 thing I believe strongly that can make your marriage, can save your marriage, is take responsibility. If marriage is going to stand, everybody must take responsibility. Marriage falling is not a responsibility of one person. That's the truth. I tell people, okay, fine. What exactly made that man start behaving that way? And what made your wife start arguing and fighting you back? The moment you see that way, then you began the journey of taking responsibility. Unless you see everything with a naked eye and an open mind, then there's no way you can amicably come to a place of agreement. Taking responsibility, for me, the way I see it, is owning up. Okay? Especially when there is an issue, it's important as a couple you own up. Own up to, I could be wrong. I could have triggered it. I could have been the reason as to why we went the way we went. I could have been the reason as to why, own up to what you need to own up. We have a way we handle our own. At the end of the day is, don't apologize for something you have not done. Apologize.
No. At the end of the day, own up where you know you are wrong. Be true to yourself. And be true to the marriage, be true to your spouse. Ukishikwa pia itikia. But now there's this thing of stepping on your ground. and refusing to be responsible, okay, that marriage is for adults. It's not for children.
Correct.
And it's not a competition ground whereby it is your word against my own, it is your fight against my own. Okay, ndovu mbili zipigane tuone nani ataumia, who will bow down. Okay, it is something that is supposed to be a journey that a couple should take together. Okay, and so taking responsibility of your marriage should be something that no one should be even coaching you on. It is something that you should be personally responsible for, just like you're responsible for your life. Marriage, God says the two of you become one. The Bible says that the two of you become one. So if you become one, the way you take care of yourself, you're responsible over yourself. You cannot literally take a knife and start pricking yourself. It's the same way you should do what? Take responsibility over your marriage. Nowadays, it has become a battlefield. There's not
people are willing to
fight to the end, to the break. You see? So taking responsibility means this thing is mine. I own it up first as a wife. Okay? And as a husband, the husband owns it up and says, this is our marriage, my marriage. Then once from there now, everything that comes to try and hit you from whichever angle, then you will find a very solid ground of responsibility. Responsible husband, responsible wife. So if there is an argument that arises, what part did I play?
Yes.
For that argument to arise. Was I a little bit loose? Was I a little bit careless? Was I moody? Was I feeling like I don't want to talk? And so something little triggered and things went haywire. So responsibility to me, I look at it as also owning up to your wrongs, owning up to maybe the trigger, owning up to the reason that the marriage could be either going wrong or also
then you see also, for you to be able to own up well and that owning up become genuine, you must see the problem.
Yeah.
You must see you see, there are people let me apologize. Let me just say, okay,
that's
fine,
why the thing will repeat itself.
Yes. So what needs to happen is you need to agree.
Yeah.
See what the person is saying. Then now judge it within.
Yeah.
Are you guilty as charged?
Yeah.
Or because this is personally what I believe. Don't make me own up. Let me own up.
Yeah.
Don't put
you shouldn't be made to own.
Yeah. Don't put me on a spot whereby I have to own up.
Yeah.
Apana niambie to my friend, listen. This is what is happening. This is where you're wrong. I say, okay. Let me see the problem. Let me see my side, and then from there, I'll be able to say, okay, it's true. Yeah, I was wrong. When you don't do that, what will happen is you will not own up, and if you own up, you'll be escaping the problem.
Yeah.
Which most men do.
Yeah, but you see that the reality is, they are as we said when we began with the first point, there are people who come from a background whereby there is a lot of, as a child, there was a lot of, as a child, self-defense. Okay? Whereby you grew up knowing how I have to defend myself against, the cruel world.
Yeah.
Okay? So, with that kind of a mindset from that kind of a family and that kind of childhood, then you bring up the same behavior in marriage, which makes you never to own up. Because you see, when you're a self-defensive person, you are always looking out for an attack.
Yes.
So hakuna ile siku utaitikia useme I am wrong. No, you made me do it. It is always self-defense. It is always I was done for. Because as a, some of these things that are making marriages not to stand are childhood wounds. Some things that you went through as an experience, bad experience, then now you carried them in your home, and it's continuing the pain, the baby that was hurt, and the way the baby used to behave and protect themselves in the cruel world, just like that. And now you carry it in the house. You're used to defending yourself. So your wife is coming and she's telling you, my husband, no, there you are wrong. Your husband is telling you, no, there you're wrong. And you are used to defending yourself. The first thing that you can never do if you're self-defensive is you can never own up. So you're saying you should not be made to own up. It's true. If you make someone to own up, then you're forcing them to see a mistake that is not there.
Correct.
Kweli uongo.
True.
Yeah? So the thing is, learn to own up. It is a learning experience. For any marriage to work, that's why we again said on the onset that you have to drop that which you came with from your mother's and father's house. We are making our home. Okay? They have to drop their own. So we meet up and create a different atmosphere for our children. Meet up and create a different atmosphere for what? For our family and for us as a couple. Because at the end of the day, mtabaki wawili. So with that, there is no self-defense here. There is owning up. There is taking responsibility. There is no, we are not fighting. It's not a battlefield. We are partners. You see, building up such kind of a mindset makes, kills, destroys any other foundation that you could have gotten from wherever you're coming from that probably was never good. That's why a transfer of a child coming from a broken home has 99.9% chances of their own marriage breaking out. It is there. Yeah, because you never saw it succeed. And the opposite is true. Children who are born in homes that are, they saw even their parents never fight in physical. Like I know of one I was even, doing a follow-up with today. The lady came from a very stable family of the 80s and the 70s, okay? When marriages were never known to be stable. And all her sisters are married and they are in stable homes, counting 20 years plus. Why? Because they saw their own parents' marriages work. So their own has to work.
Yeah.
So if you come from a background whereby your marriage, the marriage of your parents never worked, and there was a lot of battles here and there as a child, then owning up, it will not be easy unless you learn it.
Wow.
Or taking responsibility will not be. You don't know what responsibility is.
That's what we're trying to help you today, how to take responsibility.
Yeah.
And for every relationship, every marriage, there's that part. And there's nothing like I'm the man. When it comes to owning up.
There is.
No, I'm saying when it comes to marriage working, you cannot stand on your girl and say, "Me, I'm the man, I don't apologize." No. You always, everybody has their point and their place to play if the marriage has to work. You have, and you cannot ignore that side. You must go through with it. Number two thing that can save your marriage, especially when it's an hot argument, because marriages, people make decisions of separations or divorce at the heat of the moment. You're having an argument and say, I can go away, but if I don't even think I need you. The moment you say that, what happens is you are talking at the heat of the moment. You're making a permanent decision over a temporary situation. So what do you do? Number two, in your moment of anger and all this resilience, a moment of anger and throwing tantrums and you're saying all this. Number two, three things you should do is learn to keep quiet and listen. Learn it, right?
Yeah.
Learn. And I don't know what's their kind of problem. I think ladies have that kind of problem.
Of what? Of
not listening.
No.
Okay,
I tend to agree to some extent.
And like, no. Most of the time, you'll find in most marriages where it ends up breaking, the lady could just keep quiet. I always say this, at the end of the day, the man is the man, and that thing will never change. And in marriage, the man is the head and the decision maker. So at some point, you have to say, okay, I submit to not only you as a man, I submit to your ideologies, your thinking, and your decisions. But in a moment of marriage is having issues, learn to just listen. Just keep quiet and listen.
It is very important, not only in marriage, in life, to be a listener. Very important. Very important. One, when you listen, you learn twice as fast as a person who does not listen. This is the thing. When someone is competitive in wanting to talk, even when someone is talking to you, you're already thinking of what to say.
Correct.
Have you ever been in that position? Unauliza hata nyamaza saa ngapi uongee, so you're not even listening.
Even at some point you interject.
Yes. And that is a problem. That already tells you you are not a good listener. A good listener will keep quiet and take in. One, by listening even...
Like you see me, I'm a very good listener.
No.
Unaribu. I'm a very good listener.
No. Don't blow the horn for yourself.
No. See, I'm listening.
Okay. You're listening because we are on a show and you have to listen.
I trying to tell people, I don't listen.
Real practical life. I can tell you which side.
People of God, I am a very, very... Imagine I can sit down and listen to people the whole day.
Now, the thing is this, let me tell you the truth, never mix marriage with work. That is why someone behaves like a CEO in the house and you're a husband. So you can listen to... A husband can be a very good listener in the office. Because yeye ni messenger. Ana option. Lazima asikize mdosi. But when it comes to the house, he cannot listen to his wife. Matter of fact, he comes with a set mindset.
Let's go to...
Unaona. So listening is a skill that you practice. Personally, me, I'm not a good listener. I'm learning.
Shikilia.
I'm learning.
Goja.
I'm learning, and I think I am doing
Shikilia.
very well.
Shikilia.
No.
Umeadmit Shikilia.
Got this thing called marriage. Kwani hujaishi kaa tushikiliangi. No.
Now,
you are I would say as your spouse, you are not a good listener, but you are learning also. For me, personally I accept to not being a good listener, but I am learning. Okay? I'm learning also to take notes. Taking notes in the middle of a conversation or a problem solving skill. Okay? And it is a skill that you have to learn.
Kunyamaza.
In general.
Hey, mtu washwa. Unasikia kana kuwasha, you want to say something.
You see now, and that is the point now that triggers fights. When you're like that, then what you usually do, you find yourself, you irritate the other person.
And then it's a woman's weakness.
No, not point fingers. You remember the other week, we handled a question of a woman who was saying the husband talks a lot. So it's not a woman's thing to talk. We can say yes, because women are prone to talk more, but it is not purely, it cannot be stuck on them that women talk a lot. There are those who talk a lot, but there are those who are working on their listening skills. And these things, people grow in them. If you realize you have a problem of listening, what you do, start like me. Start with a notebook. Okay? If you feel like you have points to talk and you don't want to forget them, write them down. Give the other person time to talk. Now, and if you feel they're talking too much, tell them, kwani now I'm here to listen. I don't have anything to say. In a light way and in a nice way.
Bibi yako hivyo kwa utakavita. Ajua wewe unaongea sana.
Mimi ni mara ngapi muambiwa na mimi chukulia likely.
We.
Muambiwa.
Unaambaki unaongea sana.
Yeah. And many times,
women can really talk.
You see,
na kupase, akwambie, na kuseme.
That's another issue. Apart from listening, they have a problem with talking. And when you're talking to your husband, especially for women, you are not talking to a child. You're talking to someone who you should talk respectfully to. Which the respectfully to also comes, there are so many things that come that trigger shida. Talking to someone respectfully also comes with the audience of the reception of the atmosphere of talk. Because you can be talking to someone who is on the phone. Hata kudhi. You can be talking to someone who is
sasa kama bodyguard ya Obama hapa sikia
nini nakukula.
You can multitask so nakamda kaidi kama amri jeshi mkuu amenyamaza tu hapo unamuongelesha.
You see, some of those things are the things that trigger trigger the other person to talk to you rudely.
Wait. So you're the person who stop?
No.
Sit down. Look at you.
Be what do I call it? Be factual. Well, the fact is, talk to me right now as you're talking. See, I'm listening. Oh, okay. I'm scrolling the phone. You live and wonder, am I getting home? And if at all it's something that is serious you're passing to me, how it will make me feel? It will make me feel you're not giving me attention. Unaniona? Aya, the same is, you're talking to me and I'm in the kitchen cooking. I'm in the kitchen working. And that time you want my attention. How it will make you feel? It will make you feel this woman is not taking me seriously. If it is a serious matter, why can't you just sit still? Let's give me eye contact. Put the phone down. Let's have a conversation. Unaona? So now, the thing is, the person coming with a conversation, for example, if it is the wife, can come with very good faith, but be met by a very hostile reception. The person you're talking to, hey, you know, some gestures that are just zinakuchemsha. Na umekuja na uzuri, hauna vita, pole pole. Umekuja vizuri. And then one thing they say sparks your anger in alikuwa na kuchemsha pole pole. You see, so apart from listening, even the reception of the listener should be, ample. But people like me who talk with actions should learn how also to do what?
Calm down.
To manage their hands.
Yes. Put them together.
Manage their hands, because your body language also can come out like can be received badly. Unaona? So learn to put your legs together so that you're not those that shake their legs. There are so many things that come along with being a good listener. It is not only
the
listening.
etiquette.
Yes, there is too much that connects it, that can easily trigger a well approached angle of solving a problem or an issue. We are talking about divorce here, or we are talking about separation.
Separation.
Okay, so we are talking about an atmosphere already that is flared up. So when that atmosphere is flared up, it is true, I've realized I have a problem. Could be I'm contributing 40% to what is happening, or what is almost about to contribute to the divorce. But now I'm coming to talk to someone who has already packed out of the marriage, okay? Has already packed out of the marriage emotionally, and already kuongea because you're wasting my time. Whatever you're finishing, I need to be in the office in the next 30 seconds. You're like, really? I'm trying to solve this thing. So the reception of the listening is also matters.
Very important. We are coming with the third. That one I'm still digesting, because niko na maswali hapo mingi sana. But before we get to that and go to the next point, we're going for a short break. Please grab a cup of tea, a glass of water, cold juice, and then call someone. Tell them, join Reverend B and his wife on this thing called marriage. We'll be right back after this break.
Yes.
God is telling me to tell you.
Yes, sir.
This month going, there will be breakthrough.
Amen.
A time has come that men need to gather. Men need to come together in the presence of God. Men need to come to cry to God.
Father, let this oil break the yoke of struggle.
Amen.
Break every spirit of setback.
Amen.
Power that make him labor without result.
Yes.
As I pour this oil on him,
Yes.
let this oil make him a multi-millionaire.
Amen.
Father, by this oil,
Yes.
I stand on Isaiah 10:27. It shall come to pass on that day, when the burden shall be lifted, and the yoke shall be destroyed.
Genesis 4 verse 26. He said, and to him was said, the son was born, and he called him Enoch. And the Bible says at that time men began to call on the name of the Lord.
Anyone that cannot seek God can never find God. And if you can't get God, you can't succeed.
God created man in his image. The mandate of destiny was on the head of every man. I want to invite you for our Men on Fire conference that is starting on the 13th, 14th, and 15th of the month of October.
For you to be productive, you must be on fire for God, from the heart, from within.
We are meeting in Sound of Abundance Church, the Lord City's Men on Fire Conference. We are going to believe God for prosperity, believe God for open doors. Men are going to be empowered, men are going to be lifted, men are going to be encouraged, men will be gathering together to pray, men are going to call on God for their families, for their businesses, for their destinies. And I'm assuring you, something is going to break forth. Every man watching this advert today, I want you to make sure you don't miss our Men on Fire conference here at Sound of Abundance Church. When I see your face, I'll prophesy.
Caesar,
Yes.
God is going to give you 5 times.
Amen.
Listen, I'm a man of God.
Yes, sir.
I have been with God.
Yes, sir.
I know when God talks.
Yes, sir.
Sir, 5 times.
Amen.
I see money coming into your life. Amen. I see you very wealthy. Amen. The breakthrough that is coming in your hands is in millions of dollars.
Yes, sir.
True.
Yes, sir.
As a prophet of God, I remove every obstacle. I remove every obstacle. I break every curse. I remove every obstacle. I break every curse. There will be no disappointment. 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 There will be no disappointment.
To be a time of deliverance, where you're bound, you'll be set free.
Be rich. Fire. Fire. Power. Gone.
And doors are going to open because the weight of God's word will be preached.
What came upon Adam after he left God? He began to work. He began to hustle. He began to look for food. In the Garden of Eden, he was not looking for food. Food was there. So when man became busy, that was the assignment of the enemy. Prosperity in anything. In life, for a man has to be spiritual.
And I'm telling you, every man that will be present, your prophecy will be available and your destiny will change. Men on Fire Conference 13, 14, and 15. When I see your face, God shall visit you. More grace. Bye-bye. Welcome back. Welcome back. We believe that you've just taken something just to make you relax, and as you come to the second side or the second part of this show, every Tuesday is always a terrific Tuesday, right?
Yes, yes.
And we are here to discuss this thing called
marriage.
We believe that marriage is good.
Marriage works.
If only.
If only you work it.
Yes, and then we've come to help you work your marriage. Mm-hmm. So we are on how do you save, ways of saving your falling marriage. Do you know you can be with someone and the marriage measure? You can be in a house with someone and there's no marriage at all. So there are things that there are ways to make sure in marriage that looks as if it's dwindling, is dying. How do we bring it back and give it life? So we've been tackling some ways of doing it, and I would like us to go to the next point, which was be around. And be around people in healthy relationship. If you're going to save your marriage, like for example, and this I will say mostly on men. Men have a tendency, when your marriage is not working, you go sit with the boys. You go back to your friends who are not married. They will tell you, my friend, when you have a falling marriage, look for a couple or be around people who are in a healthy relationship, healthy marriages. Visit a friend who is doing well with your wife. Then it will spark something, right?
Yeah.
It will spark something. Go ahead.
Anything that is negative attracts negativity.
Correct.
Positive attracts positivity. You are around people whose marriages are not working, or you are around single ladies and you're married, you are lost. Because at the end of the day, one of the things that will attract you is the way they are free. The way no one is giving them trouble. The way they can go where they want to, do what they want to, and you know, they are experiencing the freedom that you as a married woman are not experiencing. So if your marriage is having issues, the best thing is to like climate, you know, acclimate yourself with people whose marriages is working, whose marriages are working, because that is what you will attract. That is how you'll be able to learn where your own is going wrong, where your own you know, something is not, what is missing in your own. But when you find yourself you're in a group of those that already even have divorced, which I don't have an issue with, those whose their marriages never worked, it was probably not their wish or their will. But if your own has to work and you are looking to salvaging a marriage that is almost, you know, dying, then you need to be in groups. And nowadays there are so many groups that you can, Christian groups that you can be able to bring yourself into, and also groups outside here of women who are just encouraging themselves and they are married women, and also men who are encouraging themselves and they are married men, and they are advising each other how to be able to stay in marriage. So if your marriage is not working and you're having issues, the best way is to look for a relationship that is working out, and even you can make them as to go to people, to go to couple, you know, they can be able to help you.
It's very important. So it will really, you see, if you want marriage to break, sit around people who will tell you how their own broke. You will be very comforted. But still, people telling you, my friend, go back home and make this thing. It works. It can work. It will work. That will really help your marriage. Especially men, even women. I think it's for both. Don't be in a company of people whose marriages are just done. It's over. And then you're trying to look for a way to salvage yours. Look for a couple, a friend, a group, a team that is together as a couple, and they're trying to build. Like, for example, this thing called marriage. It will spark back something in your spirit, and then you'll feel like, okay, let me go and try again. See if it will work.
Yeah, in so many ways I discourage, and this thing also is so much in women, as you're saying in men, it is also in women. I discourage married women staying around single ladies.
Yes.
I don't have an issue with you being single, but what are you learning from a single lady as a married woman? What are you learning from each other? She should be around you as a mentor, but not you having her as a best friend and you're married. You will go downward. The trend will be downward. Okay? And it's the same way that you're saying you're a married man and you're having marital issues, then you're going to sit with people whose marriages have already failed, or boys, as you call them. Yeah, they'll tell you, where ulijifunga, as you said. You know, they just tell you're the one who did this thing to your own self. Come and join our club. We are single and we are having fun. Yeah. So the best way is to be around relationships that are working.
Another thing that will help your marriage, number five, and that will help your marriage, if your marriage is going down the drain, is what I call counseling. You must come to a point whereby you feel now we need help, especially if you're not agreeing. There's a place you get and you cannot just agree. That is enough to tell you now, look for somebody, get a third opinion. It's important, because most people you'll find they are going through a marital issue and they've come to a point they can't break even. This is my take. Before she talks, my take is, before you go for counseling, before you bring in the third party, either parents, friends, or pastor, try your best to solve it by yourselves. You won't be lying to people every day. Come up with a mechanism of making sure you guys handle the issue. Now, what you do is, but it gets to a point whereby this thing we are not breaking even. Look for counseling.
Counseling is very important, but what happens if you have someone who doesn't believe in counseling?
Leave them.
Because anyone who doesn't believe in counseling, then that person is above to be told.
I don't think so.
Yes.
No, really.
Anyone that doesn't believe in counseling, for me, is someone who can be told. Yeah. And someone who can be told, you as the wife, what you're trying also, we break through because of nini. You're getting it. Also agreeing to go for counseling, I think also is an issue of humility. Are you willing to agree that to some extent this your home needs help?
Yeah.
Okay? So for me, counseling is very vital. Matter of fact, you should have someone whom you can run to when you cannot agree. True, it's not always that you'll be running to people. It's not always that every small thing in the house you've run to solve somewhere. But there is that crucial point. You're almost divorcing or separating or things. You always, come back to the same rock. Come back to the same rock. You need to go and see a neutral person who can be able to tell you, madam, here you are wrong. Or tell you here, sir, you are wrong. Because if this thing is not, you've been trying it for years, and most divorce cases don't happen at 5 years.
Yeah.
They don't happen at 10 years. They happen when the marriage has extensively gone ahead. We have had people separating at 40 years.
Yeah.
That means that marriage for 40 years has had issues. But they have not gotten to a point whereby one party or both parties can have counsel. Even the Bible advises counsel. So anyone who cannot take counsel, that means even as a spouse, even wewe kumwambia, trying to tell them, they cannot listen to you. So you're with a person who is what? Someone who can be told. And someone who can be told, the Bible says, they will break their neck without what? Without remedy. To what extent is counseling? To what extent should someone run for counseling?
I strongly believe when you're not breaking even.
And it is something that has been a reputation, a repetitive thing.
Yeah, when you can't break even, like this thing is just not happening. You are not just getting a solution out of the situation where you are in. Then counseling must come in. And don't go for counseling for the sake. Go for the counseling because you want the marriage to work.
And this is the thing. Sorry, continue.
Go ahead. That's okay.
This is the thing, If you're a born-again couple, who are you going to? You're going to a single counselor who has been trained marital. They call themselves, I'm a marital counselor. And that person does not know nothing about marriage. Anakwambia kitabu. Really. Yeah? If you're born again, you look for a pastor whose marriage you're sure is working. Because you can't go to also a single pastor. What are they going to tell you? Okay? You look for a pastor who's their marriage is working. And if possible, the wife to be in the counseling session. So that you're a couple, two couples. Okay? And if you're also, maybe we're talking to you and you are not born again per se, you look for a couple that a counselor who is a certified marriage counselor and their marriage is working. Those are some of the things you look out for.
Correct.
Don't just pick anyone. Don't just go to anyone. You may go to someone who will impart you with the divorce because they are a marriage counselor whose their marriage failed. So you're going to them and they're telling you how, this thing, if it doesn't work, walk out. There's to some point whereby there is no hope. So they're imparting you with the spirit of what? Of divorce and separation. Which at the end of the day, you want to salvage your own, but you've gone to someone who is telling you, you don't need to fight for your own.
You don't need to fight for your own. Let it go.
So, if you need help, and it is the counseling bit that we are talking about, be very careful on how you choose and who you choose. And for me for any couple to agree to go for counseling, it has to be out of humility. And the humility of, I want my home to work. Anyone that keeps their head hard on, I don't want to go for counseling, or I don't need counseling, or we don't need counseling, we can handle this thing on our own, then that person is a person saying that this marriage is not that important to me. We don't need to salvage it. Yet the marriage has gotten to a place whereby we call it the rock.
For me, I will go first for try and solve it, the two of you.
For years, for 40 years, for 30 years.
For something to get to 20, 30 years and the problem is persistent, that is lack of wisdom. What you do, break even. I'm very sure the first 2 times maybe you broke even. You agreed on something. Then stay there, agree on something until that thing happens. If not so, then take the next step. Now, going to the next subject, the next point. If you're going to salvage your marriage, if you're going to, this marriage will not scatter, will not break. What you need to do? Reshuffle your priorities. Reshuffle them. That means what? There are people, because marriage has an issue, and their job is a traveling job, they keep traveling. Mm-hmm. There are people who now, especially women, they will turn their attention to the children. Men would attend to TV, football, and friends. Reshuffle your priorities. Decide now, I'm going home. This issue of marriage, this is what we are having. Yeah. We must put it as a priority. It's the top priority. Let's take a drive. Let's go and talk. Get to a point you can suspend some things just to create time for the marriage. Yeah.
If your marriage is not a priority, then you don't need to be there in the first place, because it should be. It is the long run thing.
Yeah, correct.
It is eternal. It is eternity. You know, at the end of the day, as we look at it as till Jesus returns. So if that thing that till Jesus returns is not important, then you don't need to be in it in the first place. If that is not how heavy you have prioritized what? Your marriage. So when a matter is threatening that very priority, it means anything and everything can be dropped. Not work,
yes, not
children, not family. Anything that threatens that thing that is eternal can be put down to do what? To salvage this thing that is very
correct,
very important,
very key.
That shows you the priority.
All right.
That shows you the weight.
Correct.
That shows you the capacity to which you have carried your own marriage. And that is what I usually keep on telling couples. That is how heavy you should carry your own home. That is how heavy you should carry your own marriage. That is how heavy you should carry your husband. Unambeba na hiyo uzito enye anapaswa kukua nao, because every other thing will go. You'll remain the two of you.
Correct. And you see, in marriage, your perception is very key. Very, very key. Very important in how you look into the marriage, how you perceive things. Many homes today, there's a small challenge. Mwanaume kwa simu, mama kwa jikoni, kids are watching TV. The man, after he's done with the phone, he takes remote, and that thing is no longer a priority. Your wife will tell you, I have to talk about Asisai. Your husband will tell you, can you ever walk that way or Asisai to get Johnny?
Women are always willing to talk.
It's not all. So what you do, create and make it a priority. We need to discuss something. Let's discuss it. Then it will help. Very, very much. It will help. Number 6. How is it 6 or 7? 7. How do you get to salvage your failing marriage? I hope somebody at home, somebody on TV, somebody on social media is getting something out of it. Okay, another one is refrain your mindset from divorce into saving your marriage. Refrain from tuachane acha yende ya nini kwa mambo ni matatu enda. So refrain your mindset of tuachana. Remove your mind from there. No, we are here to make, instead of us hitting rock bottom, let's discuss this matter. Because when you refrain from the mindset of divorce, we are making this thing, bam, it will work.
Yes. And it is just like the other point that we said, what you see is what you get.
Correct.
The other point, the previous point is kind of similar, that if you look at everything positive, you get the positive. If you look at it negative, you get the negative. So if you continue focusing on divorce, then you will divorce. Eventually you will divorce. That is the way you will go to. Look at the option of this marriage, this home can be salvaged.
It can.
I don't know, for me, how the person that is very easy to throw their hands, for me, I would judge, is men. On what perception? They know their options outside here is so much. Like you can drop and pick. You can drop the same day and pick the same day. So inawaingizanga ka pride, sitakosa. Unaona? It gives them some, shoulders high. While for women, the moment already you have a child, you are bound kind of to that man until probably you can't stay in such kind of a home. So that mind of, if it doesn't work, it doesn't work. If it doesn't work, there's an option of divorce. That is what makes so many men very quick to pack out and go. Because of what? They know I have an option. Matter of fact, right now as we speak, I have like 5 options. If I leave you, there's where I will go. No. While mama is in the house, so desperate to try and make the marriage work. Okay? So for me, I'm speaking to both husband and wife, man and woman, but especially to the man. Have that mindset of, if it has to work, there's no option of it won't work. It has to work or it has to work. That should be the only mindset you have. Otherwise, if you have an opening of, I have a way out, or I have a plan B,
I can run away.
Then that is now what will open a leeway to what he has said, the leeway to a divorce. Let your mind be focused on one woman and one marriage, and for it to work.
I hope somebody's getting something. I would like us to check on some comments if we have some. Maybe we check on the phone before we go to the next point, that we can get somebody's mind on this. Very important. Somebody is saying on Facebook, Rita Osale, here Lavington up to end. Okay. Your Mendak Makori saying sometimes you're working hard to save a marriage, yet the other party is working hard to end it. What a sad story.
That's true.
Wilfred Chege. There's a reason why we were given 2 ears and 1 mouth. In some cases, where are you? In some cases, the more you talk, the more it's like adding gasoline to open fire. Remove the source of combination and the flame will die. You got it? All right, you have some?
I'm trying to.
Patrick Smith saying, following your advice, Papa. Thank you. Okay. I think that's it.
Yeah, we continue.
That was social media. So that is very important for you to know that this is what happens. So get to that point whereby in marriage I to a chani to come. We are here to stay. We are not divorcing. It will shock you. The thing will just take a different tide, a very different direction. The next number. I don't know which number you are in. So probably to number 8 or number 7. All right. The thing is, make marriage more grounded by understanding the concept of space. One way you ground your marriage, one way you keep it solid, when you people are having a drift, you're having a disagreement, give that other person space to breathe. Most men I've seen, you'll find they want it solved then.
Most men?
Some men, yes. I
think that's majorly women.
Even some women. But what happens is learn to let it go. Sometimes when somebody sleeps over a matter, but the next day they'll think soberly.
Yeah.
So I always say you don't have to solve it the same day. You don't have it. Nobody's dying.
Yeah.
You can solve it the next day by the grace of God. So let the thing slide. Then the next day pick it up. There's what we call the law of space. Give somebody time out. Give somebody space to breathe and to ponder on what is happening.
Yeah.
What do you think?
For me, that's the issue of space is generally, even when the marriage is okay.
Huh?
Yeah.
What do you mean?
When the marriage is okay, don't be, now that you're married now, the other person can't breathe. They can't have their own time. They can't have their own, time alone. Okay?
Most men, why don't have that time is because maswali.
Apana, issue sio maswali. Issue ni, it is something that women should learn to do and men also. There are men who are very insecure and possessive, over possessive.
Very.
They don't understand that mama needs her own time, me time. Mama needs her own time with her friends. Okay, mama needs her own time with family.
Okay? Me kata.
So by the end of the day, they are so clingy until there's no space to breathe. You're all over this person. It's not like, no, they got married and they're like in a prison. Now, the space is more importantly needed when there is an issue, when there are issues. There are people who are prone to wanting to handle the matter there and then. Okay, which the Bible goes that way. You shouldn't sleep over a matter.
Yes.
Okay, the matter should be handled the same day. And for me, I am for the Bible. That's why I said most women want it handled that very day, while men want to escape it, especially if they are guilty. Unaona, if they are guilty, something that hata utapostponiwa mwaka mmoja na unaambiwa kazi yako ni kuharakisha, kazi yako ni kusukuma mtu, kazi yako ni kulazimisha conversation. I'm not ready to talk about it. You're counting 1 month. Something that was urgent has already died urgency. So for me, the quicker you can handle a matter, the better. And I think also is something that by time and by growing in marriage it comes. You don't have to handle an issue
the same day.
No, the same day for me, I am an advocate of the same day. Okay, I'm an advocate of the same day, but you don't have to handle an issue for 2 hours. What are you talking about?
Talk to our sisters.
What are you talking about? It is possible for you to handle the toothbrush issue. The toothbrush issue once in 10 minutes maximum.
Where?
Maximum. It's possible to handle an issue that you saw on phone in maximum 10 minutes. What happened? You know, communication is a problem. And especially how ule mnaongea na yeye. Kama the understanding is not sharp, or it's low, or iko na madharau, or iko na, you know, all those things differ and bring a ground whereby when you're communicating you'll even go for hours, 10 hours. You can stay 10 hours on a matter. And that is what now prolongs a matter, makes a matter that you began, like, I don't like the way you spoke to me yesterday morning. It was that issue. So in Azar, because now you have stayed on it for almost 2 hours, in Amsha Vituza 1900. Okay? So for me, the way a matter is handled, what was the point?
Yeah, the concept of space.
Yeah, the concept of space, yeah? That space also, for me, I agree. It's important to give space, especially when there is an...
I have a question there,
Ngoja, nimalize statement, they will ask a question. It is important to give space naturally when the marriage is having issues, okay? And when also the marriage is normal. Let someone be. Let your wife be. Let your husband be. Let him go out and have fun with his friends. Let him go out and have time with his family. Let him go and have time. Let him do job. Let him work. Don't always be clingy. You cannot breathe.
Babe.
Okay? Babe, wasangapi? You know? And that matter is very important. I was almost going out of the topic. That's why I quickly came back to it. Yeah.
Okay.
What is the question?
Which one?
The one you are saying you want to ask.
About?
You have just said right now you have a question right there.
Hey, I have two. I'll help the first one. The other I'll ask at the end. One, why do women ask men umeda? Unaweza ngapi? Ukona? Those questions to men are annoying.
Now the thing is,
what?
The thing is this, I'll answer you. The reason as well unaulizwa ni kwa sababu hujasema.
I'm going to have a meeting with the boys.
No. Let's be frank. Let's talk our own marriage, for example, because we are helping other people's marriages. What do you do as a man so that I don't keep on bugging you? You keep me in check. You tell me, my husband is that kind, he doesn't want to talk because he's that kind of a man who will tell me, I've left where I am, I'm on my way to go and see someone at a certain place. He informs me. Okay? When he's about to get late, if he doesn't call, I get worried because I'm used to him calling. So why should I bug you with questions if you've already told me?
There are women who bug.
You've called me and you've told me you've gone to meet your friends. Why should I call you in the middle of that meeting? Why? Are you a child?
A man has just left the house. He has just left. He's going to meet the boys. Crazy reporting. I have no problem saying it. I have a problem from the onset.
You see,
look at it this way. This man wants to, Mr. Toto, I've just taken, I've put on my sandals. I'm going out. Why are you going? So I should stay in the house.
What is the problem with
Why? Someone should have their own space.
It's true, but what is the problem of just saying, I've stepped out, I've gone to the kinyozi? Out of what?
Lazima niseme nenda.
Umetoka umeenda. Kuna shida kusema. Because if you don't say,
they are not all like saying.
You see now, at the end of the day, if you don't say, unless you have an issue or you're hiding something, if you don't say, utaulizwa. Na ukiulizwa ni shida. Mnatakaje?
But me, I think you should not ask. You should let the man.
Huh?
And I talk. Okay, sorry. Okay, you're going somewhere. Yes, all right.
No. Hani hapo apana. Now I disagree with you.
Okay.
To what point? To the point whereby hakuna mtu atakataza kwenda. No one will tell you not to go. Go. You
know why some men don't tell their wives?
No.
No. Their men don't tell their wives. You know why? Because I don't like those friends.
Sasa, if she has an issue with them and you don't have an issue with them, tell her you're going to meet them. It is a problem. Unaona, it is a problem. And probably she has a point.
Problem.
Most of your friends have brought marital issues.
Problem.
Wanamuintroduce kwa nini? Kwa wanawake. Ama wanamuintroduce kwa pombe. Ama ndio wanamfanya atumie pesa vibaya.
Me, I feel, see, that is the mindset of many women.
And could be she has a point.
No.
Could be
I'm thinking about a man that is clean.
And you see now,
I've just dressed up. I want to step out. Maybe what I just want is just to take a fresh air. What I'm trying to say is this, and this is what women should know. Men don't like those questions.
Same, now, and this is where now you will say that women are becoming competitive. If at all your husband doesn't want you to ask those questions.
At the end of the day, it's not a competition. This is the man of the house.
Sasa kama ni hivi, see, we began with point number 2, which was responsibility. What is responsibility? Responsibility is keeping each other in check also. Okay? In what manner? You have gone. I am not following you. I will not stop you. Just say where you're going. Kunaendaga kunapigwa bomb. I should know where kapigiwe bomb huko.
Pigiwe bomb atakwambia kwambie.
Utaonea kwa nini?
Atakupigia simu babe, si bomb yakupigwa sahi.
At least you know whereby you can trace your person in case of an issue. Now this is whereby marriage huanza kuharibikia. I'll be very frank. Okay? We are both adults. I'm your wife. I should submit under you. Okay? This is the point of responsibility. The responsibility point is, my wife, I'm stepping out. I've gone to meet brother so and so hapa nje kwa gari. Hapo tu kwa estate. I don't need to tell you yes or no. But you've told me where you're going. That's responsibility. Same, you're teaching me as your wife that I should do the same. So the day I don't do it, you have a right to ask why I didn't do it. Unaona? So now, whereby now I put a point at men and I tell men they treat women as children is where unafaa report. Na matter of fact usipo report is an issue, a big one. But sasa unaona, bibi yako mwenye si mtoto na mwenye umemwonesha si lazima useme kila kitu.
Tell me your step.
Serious.
My take is this. Tell your partner you're stepping out.
That's the thing.
If it is necessary, you explain where, with who,
you
how.
You don't have to explain.
You don't have to. That's why then I've stepped out.
Yes.
This one here, unenda, kuona nani. Those are questions that men don't like. And most women do it, either consciously or unconsciously. Unenda. Okay, I'm just stepping out. Unenda.
And the truth is this, as a man, don't wait to be asked.
Why are you asking?
Don't wait to be asked.
In the
same way,
that one.
In the same way, if you want your wife to be responsible, teach her the responsibility. You're the head of that house. You're the teacher.
I disagree
you're the
with you there. The thing is this. Let's put things in perspective. This is the thing. In marriage, there's the husband who is the head of the wife and the children. The wife and the husband are not co-workers. They are partners, one partner, but there's one who is the head. Now, this is what I'm trying to say. I'm saying it is not wrong to say, but unless you have an issue, most women, even your husband sitting with you can attest, most men don't like saying where they are going.
Why?
Listen.
They are creepy.
Listen. No. What men don't like is like you're policing them, which most women do that. Unaenda kubita John, do ya? It's not a kid. I've just telling you, I'm stepping out. I'll be back by this time. Okay, that's done. Now his wife should take his house manager should take care of his home if he's not there. So it's not teaching you anything. You see, when you put it like that, it's like, isn't I not a willow kibizana na shindana? I'm gonna compete. No. You see, Bible says the man is the head of the woman. And
that does not say that he has the right to do anything he wants and the wife is a prisoner to him.
I'm not saying that the man dictates.
That's what he's doing.
What I'm saying is this: the woman should not say, because my husband is coming late, I'm coming late. What is that? That is pure competition, and there's no that marriage has no order. That does not mean the man cannot explain, but I've seen many men. Sometimes they lie, because I need to meet my friend so and so, and as I'm meeting this is my friend, my husband does not like her, but because of our own feelings, me and my friend, we are fine, we are okay, we are cool. So what's the issue? I'm stepping out. Okay, fine. I'll be back by this time. If there's a need, if it's a good man, if there's something in between, I'm leaving my way I am, I'm coming. Or I was this way. So it's not wrong to explain. I'm not saying it's wrong. Men should not tell their wives where they're going. But can women avoid that question? It will be very good.
If you have to avoid the question, then you come out clean and just say, the John you don't like, I'm going to meet him. He's my friend. We are doing business together. Apana, be frank.
So the kubino just
be frank. For example, there are women who don't like their in-laws. Does it mean you should stop relating with your family? As a man?
No.
No. And also your friends, you have a choice to choose. You're an adult.
Friends is different from family.
It is not, and that also is the thing. You should not leave your friends because your wife does not like them. Listen to what she's telling you, but she has no right to dictate to you that you should leave, you should have so and so as a friend, have so and so not as a friend. You're getting it? So the thing is this, that John you don't like. Okay, you don't have to say that part. But I'm going to have a meeting. So una dress up, na naona unatoka. Ile ya kawaida ni ya job. That one you don't have to say I've gone to work. She knows you're going to work. But if you're going for a meeting after work, don't ask for permission. There's a difference between asking permission and saying where you're going. No. Something may happen on the way. And she can be easily, contacted. Excuse me, your husband is missing. When did you last talk to him? Ata ujui. There are couples who don't talk. She should be able to say, the last time my husband called me, he called me from work, going to meet his friend in Kitengela. The police will even have an easier way to track you. Because of what? Responsibility of communication. Ata ajasema, ajaji explain, I'm going to have a meeting with my friends in Kitengela. God forbid kitu ikafanyika katikati. Polisi niwe watakimbilia kwanza kama wife kuuliza. Now, for the men that don't communicate anywhere, even the wife will say, even me, I don't know. My husband never talks to me. First, dirty linen hanged out. That there is no communication in that house. So, if you don't want to be asked that question, just say. The other thing will happen, your husband has left work. Okay? You know the usual time of him getting home. Kawaida, ni saa mbili. It's 8:30. It's 9. Ajafika. The responsible thing as a wife you should do is call your husband. Honey, are you okay? Uko? Unaona? Unaget? uko wapi?
Maswali.
Unaona haujafika home. You see, everything is about perception, as you have said. If you want to see it as being policed, it is being policed. But you see, the thing is this, Ngoja, the thing is this, it is out of concern. It doesn't have any malice in it. Like my husband ni saa 3 hujafika home. Probably she wants to sleep.
You know
Atakuliza uko. Bye. Sorry, I forgot to tell you, I'm on my way coming nimefika Jogo Road. What is so hard about that man?
What I'm saying is this. What I'm saying is this. A man has just left, is leaving the house. And I'm stepping out. Unaanza atinatoka nenda tao au kufanya commit so kweli commit leo. Kweli nini lazima meet. Those kind of questions.
Sasa hiyo ni wrong. I am
telling women, get it from me. I'm a man. And many men don't. Matter of fact, there are men who don't even want to know where they were, where they're coming from.
Why?
There are men who are like that.
Secrets.
There are men who are like that. So the husband tells you.
Is it okay? Let's start there so that we know your perception.
My perception is this.
Your mind.
When the husband is telling you I'm stepping out, it's fine. If he feels he needs to tell you where, okay, with who, let him be the one to tell you. Say, I'm stepping out. I'm meeting John. But if I'm stepping out, that's what I'm trying to say. My man will feel compelled to tell you. Okay? And let me do something. If you're well connected to your wife, to your husband, if he's fishy, you will know. Like this.
Yeah, and those secrets.
No secrets.
Small hiding.
There are no secrets.
Of not wanting to say where you're going.
Let me explain something.
You're meeting are the things that now will tell you that there's something that man is hiding. Because the truth is this. If you're meeting, genuinely you're meeting your friends. Genuinely you're going to see your mother in the village. Why should it be an issue of hiding?
It's not hiding.
For example, kama unatumia mzee pesa nyumbani, why should you hide?
What happens with men? Women, listen to this. What happens with men is this. You know, there are men that do things out of their own plan and conviction. Let me give you an example. A man feels like, I just want to go for a drive. Or I want to meet my friends to clear my head. There are 2-3 friends there you don't like. He knows if he tells you about so and so, it will spark a fight. Kwa hiyo jamu kukataza usikiangi. Uwa utakaji manza vita. What he wants to avoid is that kind of exchange. So I'm stepping out. Number 2 thing, neither you as a wife or a husband is a child. You see, so is it good to tell your partner? It's not wrong. But don't be like unaenda huko unasangapi unafanya
hizo maswali sio mzuri.
Most that I'm saying.
Let's just be frank.
That I'm saying.
Kwani mtoto?
If your husband is stepping out, let him step out. If he feels you tell you, he'll tell you. You get it? If I think that's what I'm trying to say in short. So can we go to the next point?
No, there's to some extent, I want us to agree, okay, that the man being the head of the house, he's the leader. True?
True.
And being a leader, you show good and bad leadership skills. And whoever you're leading, if it is a church, if it is an organization, can pick either. True or false? There are some organizations that have died because of bad leadership skills. Okay? And a man being a leader of his home, a husband for that matter, being a leader of his home, there are some leadership skills which he can portray that are good. Can you agree to that extent? There are good leadership skills which even the children will follow, which even the wife will follow. But there are also some bad leadership skills that will be dropped down that can affect that home. For instance, responsibility of communication. Communication to what extent? That my husband and I talk. If he's sending money home, he tells me, and I don't have to say no or yes. Matter of fact, we have an agreement. Okay? My husband knows I don't like, okay, I know my husband doesn't like my friend so and so. But he knows we have been childhood friends with my friend. Okay? But I know deep within myself, my husband doesn't like my friend. You're getting it? To that extent, there's that kind of relationship. Najua kabisa, I don't like some of your friends, but it's okay, they are your friends. I think that's the maturity some people need to get to. Now, here comes a communication breakdown, whereby I should not question where you're going as a wife. You should not call me if I'm past 10. You should not ask me who I'm going to meet. It will be passed down unconsciously that I should not also report. It seems sikulipisha huku atuongeangi. Unaona? Then it becomes some bad root growing in this home. And then one day something will crop up na seme in an argument. The woman can openly say, but pia wewe uniambiagi kule unaenda. So ndio maana sikukwambia. Who will you question? And you're the one who introduced that root as a husband.
You see, when we get there, we've got out of the concept. We've got out. We get to that now a woman can go out and come back and say, we've got out of the concept, the core thing. Okay, that's why for me it's a discussion for another day, because how is your marriage patterned and how is your home patterned? How have you patterned their home? There are people. This is women. What I'm trying to put on the ground is there are men. Most men don't like that question. And there are those men who will tell you, they will report themselves like me. I will say where I am.
And why is it that is an issue for you to say it is okay?
This is the problem is
because
it's not okay. It's not okay. It's not okay. Then I'm saying that Reverend Akama says it to his wife. Does not mean every man have to tell his wife he's going somewhere.
But it's the right thing.
The thing is this.
Is it the right thing?
The thing is, okay, let me put it like this. My counsel will be, if you're going somewhere, tell your wife I'm going somewhere. Okay? I'm stepping out. I'm going to the place. Even if you step out, let her have an idea of where you're going. If you didn't tell her, you're not telling her. Maybe you're going to somewhere. Tell them, okay, I'm on my way back. Or I'm going to meet so-and-so, or I'm going to some place, or me nimetoka narudi. Like me, I know a man who tells the wife, nimetoka narudi. I don't know wapi. You know, but then there are women, it's natural for most people to say, oh, ask question. Umetoka unanda, umeva unanda, what are you doing? The man comes back, how was the meeting? So many, most men don't like. It's something women should know. Most men don't like. Anyway, that was not the topic for today. Let's go. I have a question, and we have a few minutes remaining. I have a question. I would like also you give us an answer. It's a very, very. Can I ask the question, or you do the last one?
You can go to the question.
Go to the question. This is my question. There's this lady. They are married. They've been married for 12 years now. They're 10, 12 years. But now the husband is annoying. In this way, the husband, if the wife is going somewhere, the husband prefers coming, not really policing the wife or because of security, but he likes to be where the wife is. So even when the wife is having friends, she's going to see friends, and the husband prefers to go. Hata kama ataongea kini yako hapo. Anapenda kana mama. Anapenda kufuata bibi yake. The wife finds it annoying and embarrassing. She feels the husband is not as nothing as is what can I say? The husband is really following her. What do you think? Is the husband wrong or the woman is overreacting? The man, I'm going for the shopping, I'll take you. I'm going to meet my mom, I'll drive you. I'm meeting my friends, I'm coming. The man is all over the wife. You know, the man is in the office and he come. Just sit around. He likes the company. So the wife is feeling it's annoying now. What is your take? Is the woman overreacting? Is she right? Is the man, doing the wrong thing? Somebody asked that question today. What is your thought? Kindly talk to us 0727-438-728. or you can use Rev B Akama on Facebook. Those who are watching from home, Tuongeleshe 0727 438 728 or 0705-899-608. So the question is, what do you think? As we're getting that, I would like to hear your thought.
My thought is in two ways. One way is there are women who are lacking that attention from their husband. So it is a good attention that your husband wants to be, is all over you as his wife. There are those hata wa notice kingi, whether they have come or they have gone or they are not coming. There are those who are never noticed. So for your husband to want to be all over you like that is a good thing. He likes your company, he loves you, he wants your presence. It's very good. It's something that if it is positive, then you need to really enjoy it. And let me not discourage you while it lasts, okay? Because it's something that may end. Number two, my thought and thinking is, that is now what we were calling and we are talking about. You need to give your wife space. And I agree with the wife if she's feeling overcrowded. Which, if someone is all over you like that, one, they could be suffering from insecurity or lack of trust. They don't trust you or they are insecure. They have that tendency of probably you'll go out there and mess up, or something like some men are following you and all that, which can be annoying. Okay, so as the wife, I'd like maybe to hear the other side. Is it any of the is it negative? The following, is it negative? Did she say it's negative?
No, what she's feeling is the husband is all too much. The husband is too much.
Yeah, for me, the first one, enjoy that attention, because most of the time in marriages, if it is a marriage of 12 years and it's still there, then you're very lucky that your husband still is all over you like that, which in rare cases, that thing ends in the first year. Okay, that means that man loves you. That means that man values your presence and really wants you to be around them. It's very good if it is positive. Number two way I would advise is, space is very important. Okay, if the man is not insecure or lacks trust, space is very, very important for any couple. Don't overchoke your husband, don't overchoke your wife with your presence.
So choke them small.
It's important to give them that space. Let them be. Let them go out there and have chamas by themselves. Release her to go and be with other women. Let her go out and do shopping by herself. Release her to go and make decisions on the way she chooses her clothes and the children's. Just like that. Sometimes that space is what creates the fondness. It's what makes you miss each other. Inafanya mtake kuonana jioni. But if it is out of lack of trust, and if it is out of kuchunga, that one now the man needs to, I think, find deep within himself why he's doing that. Has the wife ever cheated on him? Is there a reason he's doing that? Is there probably some eyes that are eyeing the wife, and handle it positively?
Some Patrick Simi is saying the husband is wrong. He should give the wife space, and also he should trust her. So it's like he's feeling it's because of lack of trust. I would like to hear more of your comments. Kindly send them. We would like to hear them more, maybe on SOATV YouTube page. I don't know. Let me see if I can get it here. SOATV YouTube page. Let me see what we're saying on the YouTube page. Ref B. Okay. So let us get to know your thoughts on this. Then we summarize on it. Somebody is saying here, what? Let me see. Where are your comments? Somebody is saying, okay. Saying the man is insecure. The man is insecure. Vanessa Bubi is saying he's insecure and some childish behaviors. I can't allow it. Okay. Give us your thoughts. What do you think? There are people who are feeling that way, That's it. My take is kwani mwanaume ana kazi gani kufanya. I find following your wife here and there is not the right thing to do. You can't be following your wife everywhere. No. Especially all the time. Even you as a man, imagine somebody is always trailing you, always behind you, always following you. You'll be very uncomfortable. It's very uncomfortable. So for me, the man either is idle, is insecure, he has a challenge, he has an issue. Because how can you follow your wife everywhere? So I will advise the man should give space. The same thing to a woman, give your husband space. It's important to have that space. It builds them. They need to get another opinion over somebody else. They need to hear another person's counsel. It will help them to build. So it's not good for the man to always be mkiwaki. It's not good. No, I disagree with that. I disagree. You're parting short before we close.
Marriage is good. Marriage works if only you work it.
Yeah, true. You can save your marriage. It doesn't have to fall. Your marriage doesn't have to end. Your marriage doesn't have to end up in a divorce. One thing I would say, that marriage is very interesting, but sometimes also it can become boring. You're the only person who can spice up your marriage. And one of the ways you spice up your marriage is when your partner knows she is the only woman, or the man knows he's the only man. It has some sweetness somewhere. Let's do your best to make sure you don't cheat on your partner. Do your best to make sure you're being faithful. Do your best to work on your marriage. Talk when talk is necessary. Go out when going out is necessary. Then marriage will work. Those are the things that help marriage. We believe you have been blessed. And before we close, tomorrow we have our service. Wow. We're having a service tomorrow. It's called Communion Service, the Wonders of Praise. Tomorrow is going to be a powerful service in Son of Abundance. We are sure you're going to be blessed. And then our men's conference is coming up. So we're very sure you're going to get blessed also. And as we always check out by saying that marriage works, marriage can be built, marriage can be worked on, and marriage work. As we always say, every Tuesday we sit on this couch, my wife and I, my partner in Christ and my partner in
Christ.
As we believe that marriage is good.
Marriage works.
If only
If only you work it.
Thank you. God bless you.